What's going on, y'all? This your girl favorite girlfriend. If you're watching this, that means you have logged on to Southern Konnection, the hottest, most interactive music networking site on the planet. Today is November the 9th, 2010, and I'm getting it in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Today, I'm going to be interviewing my homeboy Stone, a.k.a. B.Crazy, a.k.a. Ben 10. So we're going to talk to him about how he got started in this whole music industry, who he's working with, who he is going to work with in the future, what he got going on now, current projects, and all that good stuff. So watch and learn. Alright, we're going to jump right into it and start talking about pretty much what you got going on currently. What are you working on as far as for yourself? What other artists you got that you're working with, and in the near future, what you trying to put out for the people?
Alright, right now what we got jumping off is we got a collection of mixtapes getting ready to hit the streets here. Most of them will be available on Nat Piff under the keyword Right Arm. First you got my dude Red Clay. He's got a mixtape called Jimmy Jump Off. He's got another one called Albert Anastasia EP, and him and our other artist Ron Royal have a mixtape together they collaborated on called Therapy. Also we have a young artist by the name of Bad News. He has a mixtape getting ready to hit here probably within a week or two called Bad News for the Streets. We have another artist, Guillotine. He has a mixtape hosted by Prag from Power 98 called Decapitation. And then the artist Ron Royal, he has a collection of mixtapes getting ready to come out called Royal Pleasure, also Royal Treatment, and Royal Pleasure 2. Hopefully we'll have that ready for Valentine's Day.
That's what's up. Now, are all these artists straight rappers and singers?
Yeah, for the most part, artists that we have are mainly rappers. We do have a female artist, goes by the name of Serenity. So we're getting ready to start doing some stuff with her in the near future also. That's
what's up. Now, explain to me, how did you get linked up with Red Clay and all the other rappers?
Really, the story, I'll try to make a long story short, it basically started with me and me meeting our CEO, Nate Pitts, of Right On Music Group. I met him one day when he was working at the Radio Shack. I was looking at a mic. He asked me, he's like, yo, you sing, you rap? I said, nah, I do beats. He was like, word, I got some artists. So after that, we just kind of been running about 5 years now. So, and then everybody else just kind of brought in a friend from that point. So like with Red Clay, he actually has he's in a duo with his partner Starboy. They have a group called Good Money. We're pretty much about 3/4 of the way done with their album called The Grind. That should be hitting, I say, within the end of the first quarter, early second quarter. Getting ready for summer, so be on the lookout for that. With Royal, I met him. He was already here before we started meeting other artists. So he has a album getting ready that'll probably hit around the same time. I'd say between the end of the second quarter, early third quarter, if anything. With Bad News, it was actually our artist Guillotine who brought him in. Gilly, I don't know how Nate met Gilly, but you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like everybody just kind of brings somebody else in, and we just kind of work it like that.
Right, and that's how it should be. Each one teach one. It sounds like your camp is like growing tremendously or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, you said how you met Nate. You told him you did beats at first. Let's talk about the foundation, like how it all started. You doing beats, like how did you get involved with music, the whole beats, how did you get from that point to where you're at now?
Well, I mean, to make a long story short, basically I've just always been like a nerd. I started an independent record label when I was going to college, called Hard 1 Gram. That fizzled out, or everybody got their issues and all their BS. From that point, I had the I'd put together a studio that I let them use. From that point, I went to school in Greenville, left my equipment with them. One day the equipment got stolen. Somebody broke it in my brother Duke's crib and took the equipment. So now I have the remains of this equipment that was left. And from this point, I'm just like, man, I got to start doing something with this. And then that's kind of how the beats start coming about. And then I want to say, like early 04, 05, I had bought my first, my MPC 2000 XL. From that point, it was just on and popping from there. So, and now as you see, I done scaled down my setup, but but that was pretty much the basic foundation of how I got started. And then from there, I started to just take it step by step to kind of get to a point where I started to learn how to run Pro Tools, start learning how to EQ, mix, master. Now I'm running Logic, starting to get into Ableton, using Reason, and those kind of software programs. So, also, I'm getting ready to start to develop my own artists. I have a imprint I'm getting ready to start called Radioactive. With that, I have an artist out of Lancaster called Magic that I'm getting ready to start doing some stuff with. I got my little homies out of Greenville. I knew them since they was little. When I was going to school out there, ITT Tech, and they got a group called 151 Posse. So I'm getting ready to get some things chopping with them. And I got a cousin up in Chicago, goes by the name of Young Streets. And I'm getting ready to do some stuff with him too. So I mean, this year is getting ready to be hectic as hell.
What project are you currently right now working on, trying to get out the door?
Right now, we're getting ready to start on Red Clay's first single for him to hit the streets with, called I Need You Back. And right now, so that's the name of the song, so y'all be on the lookout for that. That should be hitting probably say I want to say maybe mid-December at the latest.
And Red Clay, you say, is from?
Red Clay is from Charlotte.
Charlotte, okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much one thing we're getting ready to get kicked off. And then I'm going in right now to start working on Royal Treatment from Ron Royal. So that mixtape should hopefully be done by the end of the year, and then that'll be on that PIF. And then also he's got another one with the Royal Pleasure 2. So we're getting ready to try to get that ready for Valentine's Day. So everybody's kind of got their own lane.
Okay, that's what's up. Let's talk about some of your influences as far as music-wise, production-wise, beat-wise. Who have influenced you?
Not to sound vague, but honestly, everybody and everything. The reason I say that is because the amount of production. I mean, I've heard some stuff from unknown cats that's just like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
And at the same time, you got people like Organized Noise, who's my all-time #1 production team, because they just changed the game as far as how we produce. Before, it was more sample-based. The stuff they were doing with Outkast back in '94, people didn't really give them props for it. And then, like, it became more of a standard. Like, when you look at Dr. Dre from the Chronic to the Chronic 2001,
right?
Where you had the G-Funk samples, but then on Chronic 2001, it's more live instrumentation. But that's something that Organized Noise was doing in '94. I love Primo, the way he just can scratch you a hook. It's just retarded. I would definitely say DJ Quick. I think he's just so underrated, as far as what he brings to the game. I'm a big fan of Eric Sermon. Also, Toon, Manny Fresh, Alchemist, Justice League, Just Blaze, Kanye, Timbaland. And I think probably even though Organized Noise is my personal favorite, I would probably say I think the greatest producers are the Neptunes. Just because of the fact that, one, they changed radio, they can do any style, and the biggest thing is that they can sell you a complete song rather than just a beat.
Right.
And that's the one thing that I'm starting to get ready to start working on myself and get back into my songwriting and whatnot and my artist mind frame, just so that way I can start to pitch songs. You know, like if you come in, you don't have a 16, Pharrell will write you one and say, nigga, you know, rap this, and it's gonna be hot.
Right.
You know, because I'm still trying to figure out, you know, where in the hell he came with that holla back girl. I mean, what the hell was you thinking to come up with something like that? So, but I would probably say that they're probably probably some of the greatest producers, you know, in the game period.
That's what's up. Do you have a like a working strategy as far as, okay, I just feel it today, I'm gonna go in and start creating something, or, you know, what's your work ethic? What's your work routine?
It really all depends. Excuse me. It really all depends just on what projects I got going on. One, two, if I am feeling it that day. I mean, you know, some days like I could have a hellified run where I might sit here and not budge for 4 or 5 hours and crank out 4 or 5 beats back to back to back to back to back to back like a machine. Other days I may struggle to make one.
Right.
So it really just depends on what's going on and how you're feeling. If I'm not feeling it, I try to find inspiration. One of the things I like to do is go on YouTube and just watch videos of other producers that I admire, like, excuse me, like Ryan Leslie. Like, I think this motherfucker is dope.
Right.
You know, and with him, I think he's incredible. And you watch his YouTube videos and it just shows it. Like, he has one where he did an interview with Invasion Radio for DJ Green Lantern, and they put on Lil Wayne's Lollipop. He just starts playing on top of it. It's dope, and it's just like, okay, yeah. So if I'm not feeling it, I might do something like play some keys, practice playing keys, get my keys up, pick up my guitar and my bass, and, you know, get a little bit better with that. So, you know, that sort of thing. That way I'm always doing, my whole goal is to try to always be doing something productive.
Right. And
even if I'm not making beats, then, you know, I might pick up a book on engineering or Google search certain, you know, things that I'm trying to figure out how to do with the Pro Tools or the Logic or whatever. So
that's what's up. Now, out of the artists that you named earlier, did any of them have any live shows, performances going on? Where can we catch any of them?
For the most part, like I said, we got the majority of our stuff is on that Piff right now. As far as live performances, we did do a couple of One Mic Mondays. We had one with Rick Clay, we had another with Ron Royal. Right now, we're still pending to see if we're going to try to do J No True's birthday party. That may be coming up here, and then from that point, I mean, it's just really, you can go to their websites. In the upcoming year, you guys can really start to see a big presence coming from us via the internet, also in the streets, especially if you're in Charlotte or surrounding areas. More likely we'll be hitting, you know, that area and whatnot. So. Okay,
that's what's up. We definitely gonna stay in connection with you.
Absolutely.
Check out what you got going on in the near future, and we're definitely gonna penetrate through your camp and just try to get everybody on board as far as with Southern Konnection and put their face out there so everyone can check it out. Alright, that's what it is. Ben Stone, B.Crazy, Ben 10. You heard it here, you heard it live, raw footage, Southern Konnection. We out.